Famudem, me now na host and presenter Mohamed Kamara, commonly known as Supermed, and welcome to the program Inside Salon, na the then and now media empire with the broadcast live na Facebook. And today na Saturday, the 3rd of April 2021, and happy new month to una all. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Sierra Leoneans, as soon as see, today we get the former mayor of the Freetown municipality, George Herbert Williams. We will join me anytime soon. So please, Lord, we share this particular program to so many people who will watch the program live. Very, very important. Lord, begin share them now. We're now there with me at the platform. Lord, begin share the program now so that we can hear from the former mayor himself, George Herbert Williams. We're to go do for this interview. We'll break up into 3 segments. The first segment could be about the murder charges, the issue, the case where the former mayor begets. So that the first segment is one day. Waiting happy for that case, the charges that we face, and how that case they end. If it don't end at all. So that's the first aspect of what they do today for this interview. The second aspect will be about the mayor himself in party, in political aspirations. We know say the mayor is a politician. Then the other aspect will be about this current administration. So I believe say most of we Sierra Leoneans could be very, very pleased for hearing from the mayor. This is an exclusive. An exclusive. Most of you in the diaspora, no one day hearing from the mayor live and direct, all the way from Freetown. The mayor himself, George Herbert Williams, they will tweet today on this platform. Then and now media empire, where they broadcast live on Facebook. And this particular program, na Inside Salon today. Me on our host and presenter, Mina Mohamed Kamara, popularly known as Supermed. And I'm also reminding us back, say, let's make some few announcements for us as we start the program now. Tomorrow, Sunday, we get the wages of sin is death. The 23 broken promises of the Bureau administration. We get them with Mr. Imran Toure, and also they get appearance of the man himself, Salon Cashbox. In second for this, so now watch out for that program tomorrow as well with Mr. Prince Emil Kroma. But ladies and gentlemen, as I say, we now begin share the program. Now we share the program. Now get so many people that will come here directly from the mayor himself. Now share the program as much as possible so that plenty Sierra Leoneans will witness this program. And like I said, this is now an exclusive with the mayor himself, Albert George Williams, the former mayor himself, Albert George Williams. So at the original, please, now we share. Make plenty of we go witness this program live. Men not tell we. The mayor can give you an account of waiting happy for that case. Don't forget, this mayor was also incarcerated at the time of the Pademba massacre. So in your view, in your aspect, what you see, you can tell you about that as well. Now we continue for share the program, please, ladies and gentlemen. As like I say, today we get plenty. This is a part of the conversation, the ongoing conversation, where we get at the then and our media empire. It's very, very important. We are Sierra Leoneans. Now we continue with this conversation. Now we talk about the issues they are so respectfully. Now we agree for disagree respectfully. Now the mayor don't genuine. So like as I talk about say, we get the mayor live today on our platform. The mayor don't genuine right now. So please, now we continue for share, ladies and gentlemen. And for now, just the journey right now, I want to welcome you to the program Inside Salon today. Now the then and now media empire where they broadcast live na Facebook. And me now na host and presenter Mohamed Kamara, commonly known as Supermed. Today we get an exclusive with the former mayor of the Freetown municipality, Mr. George Herbert Williams. They will be live today on the platform. And Mayor, you welcome, sir. Are you loud and clear, sir?
Yes, I get you loud and clear.
Okay, thank you and welcome, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to delay any further. I want to all genuine for let we welcome the mayor on the platform. Today, like I said, an exclusive interview with the former mayor of the Freetown municipality, Mayor Albert George Williams. You welcome, sir.
Thank you so much.
Okay, as soon as I don't see the mayor himself, he dealt with live on the platform right now. At the original, I will continue for share. Make we get plenty Sierra Leoneans from the mayor, the former mayor himself. This is an exclusive interview with the former mayor of Freetown municipality. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, former mayor, one So you take it plenty for we take time off your busy schedule for joining me today at the Then and Now Media Empire, and we're grateful for that greatly. But we want to go directly to the interview because many Sierra Leoneans they point to UK say now an example of gross human rights abuse now we country. But for the benefit of the people that will not know the detail of your case, if you can you please give us a brief background of your case, the charges, them, the trial, and how it conclude, please?
Well, after the runoff in March 31st, the 18th, 2018, I was arrested because they say the murder of one journalist, Ibrahim Samura. I was taken to the CID. I did it for 21 days and was later charged together with Abubakar Darami, 2-count charge, murder and conspiracy to commit grievous bodily harm. And we appeared the first time and we were not granted bail and we were sent to the Central Maximum Prisons at Pademba Road. And after the preliminary investigations, now the magistrate court, the matter was sent for trial to the High Court. And I was in prison for 11 months and 7 days until the matter was called up sometime in August, where we were granted bail and the matter proceeded.
Wow. I mean, that was a remarkable account. You don't just give it that brief account because the time where you incarcerated that long, you say 11 months. And we're all pleased and glad that you did good health, you able to join us today. But what's up the details of the trial? Has the trial concluded or waiting at the issue right now? Is it the case still outstanding or the trial don't conclude?
Well, to God be the glory, the matter don't end. On the 11th of March, we had the final verdict and the judge declared we acquitted and discharged, meaning that we not get no case for answer and we were not guilty.
Wow, that's remarkable. And now I make people in focus by your case here and Mr. Darami say when one of the case that one the people they highlight many human rights activists them all around the world they highlight say the former mayor in detention with Mr. Darami now a gross example of gross human rights abuses because for all that detention, that 11 months, and now they can't find you not guilty. So what you don't understand, and maybe Dr. Willa not explain to me because we remember saying the Western world, if they can't tell it happen, when they detain somebody because they find you not guilty now, that means they don't detain you unlawfully. Are there any compensations or anything according to the law as alone or waiting will be the outcome? It's just that case finish and that is it.
Well, in this present circumstance, for me, what's more important to me, I mean, liberty. So on the issue of compensation, I don't think I want to bother with that because taking the government to court is another uphill task. So for me, I am satisfied, I am free, and I have been vindicated.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Mr. Albert George Williams. I mean, the account we don't give no more force. We can go in detail a little bit because during the detention at the maximum security prison Pademba Road, the notorious, what people say described as the notorious massacre took place. You can able to give an account of what you witnessed during that fateful night day or that morning day where that issue they take place at Pademba Road?
Well, the issue was on the 29th of April last year. On the 27th of April, while I did in my cell, prison officers then come meet me, then tell me, say they get order from above for move me from the cell at Wilberforce and take me into isolation na the old female cells, where they away from the main center of the male correctional prisons. 2 days after, we see there was a riot. But outside the main incident happened, I was not in there. I was locked up in isolation at the female, old female cells. So the main activity I couldn't say I was there. I was in the prison, but outside the massacre be, I was not there.
Okay, absolutely. Thank you very much for that clarification. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to continue for share the program. We'll get a great opportunity today for get the former mayor of the Freetown municipality, Mr. Albert George Williams, with me here today. So I know we continue for share the program, make plenty Sierra Leoneans and carry it directly from the former mayor himself, because like where I say, this is an exclusive program. Now we continue for share. Please, it's very important that plenty Sierra Leoneans witness this particular program and from the mayor himself, like where he give you that brief background to in case that possible and detained for 11 good months. I mean, that is not to 11 days, not to 11 weeks, 11 good months. So the former mayor don't go through a lot, and people then they use in case as an example of gross human rights abuse. Now we can't see Sierra Leone. Mayor, I'm glad that you give me your own account of waiting you know about or during your incarceration. You say and put you in isolation. What's up your situation at the detention day? Were you being treated well or whatever? How they supposed to treat you, or why they go put you in isolation? All of those things. Did you encounter so many things and they were not supposed to happen?
Well, that's the question I was asking myself, and I'm still asking. Why then go put me in isolation? Because when they put somebody in isolation, that means it's a form of punishment. So then go put me in isolation together with Abubakar Darami. I didn't know why. And the condition in prison, there's no better condition for you when you're in prison. But for say them maltreat we, I couldn't say that. But the treatment was substandard anyway. But I not get suffer any maltreatment, so to speak.
Okay, then thank you very much, former Mayor George Albert Williams. Again, and a good clarification. Again, ladies and gentlemen, this is not an exclusive we get with the former mayor, and we don't get a clear and honest account. And with all the stuff with the former mayor face, but it's very, very honest, and they give you a clear account of waiting he be faced during the incarceration now the maximum security prison Pademba Road. Mayor, now we don't get a brief background of waiting be happening with you during the incarceration, what you face, and how they treat you, and all waiting you be witnessed, and you don't give you an honest background. We really, really welcome and I appreciate them. What's a former mayor of the Freetown municipality? What's that you take now the current challenges them? What is current mayor they face? And Lordship, Madam Yvonne Akisoya. What's that you take, Madam Wande?
Well, it is always difficult for a sitting mayor when they're in opposition for work with the government of the day. It had never been easy. I've gone through that myself. It's not easy for them because the politics of Africa would always affect in performance vis-a-vis with the government in power. So it's an uphill task for her, and under the circumstance, they tried to do so well under the given circumstance.
Okay, then thank you very much. Because lately, we are in this issue, I don't come on this secret audio, they say they leak, where they say that tribalists waiting and call, we don't see people they call for a resignation. But going back again, we don't see this lady has been confronted so many other times them, where many people they say, well, this now a lady where they bend backward for work with the current administration. What's it making a face all in treatment there? Is it because of where you're in opposition, then you have to face all this sort of thing? Because people are really worried about our situation now. Because people they say, well, this now they call for a resignation and say make tribal statements. So people they say, well, the statements I will say I will read them, it completely misconstrued, they're taken out of context. So what are your overall view again in relation to this latest allegation we're in the face?
Well, to be true, to be true to you, I'll not go through all the audio, but the part where I hear when they say get the problem, I think it was taken out of context. I not think they intend for be tribal or for make any tribal sentiments. I think they blow out of context. Because what she was saying was that the situation so precarious for them, now one tribe kind of dominates everything, but she was not speaking negatively about tribalism. So I think the people blow out of context, and I think it was more or less now they want for bullying because na woman. And funnily, with the party, as a party, in our Western region, we don't throw with full support to Ram for let the woman go able to stand and do a work without intimidation and without being bullied.
Absolutely. Thank you very much again, Mr. Herbert George Williams. And again, you don't give a very, very solid background to what you think about that particular case. And many people think the same thing again as well. And they're very grateful to the party and people, really even non-partisan people, Sierra Leoneans worldwide, where they support the mayor because then things say they do a good job and really warrants waiting in the face. So right now, going forward. Now, the other segment of what I want to talk, former mayor, is about the APC, the politics na APC. You're undoubtedly a formidable APC politician. So what's your intention in terms of furthering your own political career within the APC party?
Well, I still ponder on what my next step should be. In as much as I running for the Western Regional Chairman at the APC, because I believe, say, the oldest serving member now at APC in the Western region. And I get so much knowledge about how the rigmarole, if I could put on so, or the nitty-gritties of the politics of Freetown. And as I say, I am, and I believe, say, if I make up my mind, God willing, then I will be running for the regional chairman, Western region.
Wow, well, it's another exclusive now, ladies and gentlemen. I will not continue for share. The former mayor now, they don't confirm to we as well, although we don't hear before, we don't confirm to we say they ponder, they contemplate for run for the chairmanship of the Western region under the APC party. So that's another breaking news as well. Now we don't confirm. I mean, we don't hear, but we don't confirm on this platform here. So, but ladies and gentlemen, we'll not continue for share. Now we try to double, triple the numbers then because it's a very, very interesting interview. And again, Mr. Herbert Williams, as the APC, as you as a key stakeholder, now the APC party, former mayor, plenty party supporters them, sympathizers them, members them, they all worry that they ask the question, say, what did they happen with the party? Because the party they face lawsuits after lawsuits, so many challenges. So what do you think, say, how the party will be in a better position? And how the party will go through all them challenges for they in a better position for face the 2023 presidential and general elections?
Well, the truth of the matter, the party is on the crossroad. As you say, lawsuit after lawsuit, lawsuit after lawsuit. But I want to let you know, say, the grassroots, when at the base of the party, they're resilient, they are ready, and they are not moved about the lawsuit. Because anytime where APC one kind of power, when they get these struggles, I can recollect before 2007, we had difficulties in the party. But the party got the ability for healing self. The party got the resilience for come back together in the midst of difficulty. So I believe, say, in as much as we go through these difficult times, sooner rather than later, the party will come back together and we go exercise the comradeship and we go unify again for win the 2023 elections. So these lawsuits are part of waiting now the APC slogan. The slogan say, in the struggles of the APC, there is victory. So anytime struggle come, I think so the next way to follow now the victory. So we are not moved by the court cases. It is what it is, but we mind don't make up. And the people and the grassroots people and all make up their mind, say, come rain, come shine, whatever, 2023, we will come back together and we'll bounce back for win the elections.
Okay, thank you very much. And APC party supporters and members, I believe, say, will be really encouraged by that message when they deliver to them. So, and they will take them on board and keep the struggle going. Mr. Herbert Williams, again, other people, and they say, they look at them as a barometer of some sort, say, the party, what's the party assessment in terms of the recent by-elections they will don't see now the country, including recent one, 110, Kailaun, 010, Karena, Cambia, but to name a few. What are your assessments of them by elections, they also see the party in opposition. So for give you a trajectory going forward, how the party get for perform going forward in the future.
The party, we made some mistakes in handling these elections. Candidly, we made some mistakes. The selection of the candidate, we not choose the candidate where the people they want. Sentiment been come in some of these elections. So the people are not happy. But we are putting these plans back together. We're reading, we're going back to discuss it, foresee where we went wrong. And we don't make the amends today because there's the most recent election now coming up, the constituency 115, what 405 in the Western area, where we thoroughly vet who are the most popular candidate. Some of these things we did not do in some of the elections where we lost. But going forward, I believe so now the executive and the party, they thoroughly vet and find out who the most popular candidate is, and we give them the candidates. We give the people whether they want. And I want to assure you, say, moving forward from this interview, you will find out, say, these mistakes will be made. We're not going to make them again because we don't go back to the drawing board and we don't see who's how we fall foul. Some of these elections were stolen. But going forward, as I say, we don't go back to the drawing board and we are very positive, say, the mistakes that we'll make, we're not going to make again.
Okay, thank you very much again, Mr. Albert Williams. I mean, the answer them very salient and very clear, and they really give confidence to most APC party supporters and members, and mainly in the diaspora, where they're worried and everything that the party knows the mistakes. Because some of these elections, many of the people there as well, they complain, say some of them are stolen because people they point to the one that happened in Tom Kolimba and so on and so forth. And again, in terms of the aspect of stolen elections, so what did the party go do for make sure, say, big election for CAM 2023, that this idea for stale elections, for playing UQ per elections will not happen. People and votes will be mattered. The election will take place free and then will allow, make them count the ballot thoroughly and give the appropriate result where the people they expect.
Okay, I'm not going to tell you which strategy we will use, but with the step up internal vigilance, we could be more vigilant, we could be more watchful, and we could be more proactive because we know the tactics, we know what they want and how they want to do them. And we, as I say, if we be more proactive, we'll be able to counter all the tactics. But I won't, at this point in time, let you out to some of the strategies we will use. Well, as I say, we are doing our assignments, and then thing and they not go happen. If it happen, it will be in a very, very small scale. So just be assured that we're working on it. We don't study the way of the modus operandi. We don't know how they operate, and we will counter them in a very peaceful and positive way.
Okay, I think the people will be reassured by that message. Obviously, the strategy, the in-works of the for counter that will not be some sort of thing for expose, and that is well understood. But people then will be assured, say yes, there is something in place to make sure, say this UQ per election has to stop. But the other aspect is the pending flag bearer race, and for the potential flag bearer waiting for stand as presidential candidate for the party come 2023 presidential election. People then worry, say, they get huge potential for create division and disunity within the party. So going forward, what did the party go do for deal with this immense challenge and make sure, say, whatever get for happen in terms of this flag bearer race and not get for degenerate into something we go threatening the party in success come 2023. Hello, Mayor, do you hear me? Hello. We don't kind of lost the mayor at the moment. I think there's some problem with the line. Hopefully, the mayor will try for join me back. There's some issue with the line. But ladies and gentlemen, like what they say, we allow you continue for share this program because what we're doing now an exclusive interview with the former mayor. And plenty to for discuss about where and go find for like plenty Sierra Leoneans go directly from the former mayor himself, Mr. George Albert Williams. Very interesting, a very key stakeholder now the APC party. and you don't give an account already of waiting happen for that in case. You know, he was incarcerated in a Pademba Road prison, one of the maximum security prison at Salonde for 11 months. He went through his trial and then found not guilty. So they like say 9 days with me, so they discuss the issue there. And it's very, very important because plenty of people they highlight this issue as one of the gross human rights abuse in the country. Because can you imagine for like go lock somebody, but crime you not commit for 11 months at Pademba Road? And just to find out later on, say the person not guilty. You know, it's very, very sad. It's very, you know, anybody who face that kind of situation and it will be very traumatic because the case in point was a murder charges. It was facing murder charges, of which basically there were no evidence really for back the claims them. So many people they take and say them, we don't know that one day because of waiting the prosecution alleged. So very, very grateful today for get the former mayor now, this exclusive. And again, I want to tell you, I say, don't forget. Tomorrow we get the CEO and founder of this platform, Mr. Prince Emil Kuma. We go wage the program tomorrow. The wages of sin is death. The 23 broken promises of the Bureau administration. They go get out with Mr. Imran Toure, but they also get a guest appearance of Mr. Salon Cashbox as well. Good day. So please stay tuned and watch out for that program day tomorrow. Again, we'll still wait for the former mayor, Mr. George Albert Williams. In line get problem, we don't go off. Hopefully, go join me very soon as they try for readjustment in January. So now we stay tuned. Now we continue for share the program so that we get plenty people we go hear from the mayor live and direct today in Yasu. Now we continue for share the program. Very, very important. Very, very key and interesting interview. And again, una day now, don't forget, una go now YouTube page, then and now Media Empire YouTube page. Plenty interview we don't do day. Una go there, una go watch them. I mean, we don't get the former flag bearer for the APC party in the last election, 2018 election, Dr. Samuel Matthew Wilson Kamara. We don't interview him in our YouTube page. We don't interview other key stakeholders in the APC party, the likes of Honorable Amami Petito Koma, he did it. The likes of Lawyer Abubakar Kaloko, he did it. The likes of Dr. Richard Conte, he did it. The likes of Honorable Alaji Kemosi, they all did together interview in day. So please now go watch our YouTube page. You know, the former anti-corruption commissioner, they all interview, they all did it as well now we YouTube page. So now continue for subscribe and watch out for the interview and they all day now we YouTube page. Like what they tell you, this now the conversation they continue. Me and you now with responsibility. Let we all politicians accountable. Let we ask them the relevant questions. Because what in do Salon, now me and you get for moving forward. And the people who they govern with, the people who they rule with, want to know the idea of them. Want to know how they go ready, how they go put the idea in place for them to benefit the people. And we always can say this platform is open as well to the ruling party, the SLPP party, and the government. We don't send plenty invitation to them, but yet still we still wait to not get no acceptance it. Whenever they're ready, the platform is always open to them. We don't also interview people from the NGC, the ADP, different other political parties them, where one gets the conversation going, one know what's an envision them, the ideas them for we country say because we know say we country don't face so many challenges them. And going forward, one make sure say them challenges there so we will deal with them. So the people who are going to do that job there, when are the politician them, now me and you responsibility for all ask them the questions them. Say, hey, Mr. or Mrs. whoever you be, waiting on a plan them for we country. How we go deal with the perennial problems them what we country they face. We all know about the economic situation of the country. Where we all man they call say the grand drag, the employment issues, the fight against corruption, the medical situation, the infrastructural situation of the country. All of these things, there is nothing to write home about in terms of what's happening right now in our country. Some people they make the case say yes, and the previous administration we see progress in terms of development, infrastructural development. We see progress in terms of the medical sector. We see progress in terms of employment. But everything has come to a screeching halt again. And in fact, some people say things are beginning to go backward. In fact, not to only stop every day from the previous administration, things are going backward. We see the hyperinflation. See when they sell 200 and something thousand a crest. Now it's over 300 and something thousand. Meanwhile, the people, their income is stagnant. So just imagine if now 500 or 600,000 you be work per month. You get you 2-3 picking for feeding a house. For what buy back there, every month don't take nearly more than half of his salary. So how will he survive? These are all relevant questions, both for acts. The fight against corruption. We don't see side allegations being made by people of current administration, where they say over 40-something-thousand bags of rice don't disappear. We don't see any case and nothing not come out of them. So people are asking, where is the fight against corruption going? Because you know they don't fight. When you say for fight corruption, there should be any secret car if we able to fight everybody, not to just one person no more, or the other people will not support you. So all of these are relevant questions what we need for the acts, we need for talk about. So that make we get all them programs in so now this particular platform. We'll able to get the influential politicians, the people where they lead in our country, the people where they try for lead in our country as well. We'll get on the platform and ask them question there. So and we call them and then our YouTube page for tomorrow we'll go say, hey, Mr. A, Mr. B, Mr. C, or Mrs. A, Mrs. B, Mrs. C. Now so if you tell you what's in the happen right now. And these are the issues here. Because now so back we the all this current administration now to account. We they ask them, say, well, now certain things they want to be they say in terms of we country going forward, in terms of this, in terms of XYZ. Now look at where we are. We have been promised to say in our first time in governance, we will create 1 million jobs. But where are the 1 million jobs? Instead, we lose jobs then. We know that. Instead of we creating even jobs in thousands, we're losing jobs in thousands. Obviously, we know the big promise about the Lunge Bridge. Where is the Lunge Bridge now? You know, the promises are plenty. So that me and you responsibility for that we constantly the old politicians in accountable. They ask them, say, well, we have been promised we didn't see us. But we didn't see her now. We didn't see her. No, say politics not a business. No, me no mix for politics. No. Because politics you mix per more, you don't mix per more. Politics mix per you. Politics they can't meet you. Because even if you know that the diaspora, would have been sent for before maybe $100. Now maybe you need for send $200 because things don't get more. See maybe they use for buy the $100 now, you probably need $200 for buy that same thing. And that go get impact on you yourself within the diaspora. Because you say maybe we say the things are tough. You have to try for adjusting them for able to support your family back home. So all of these things are very, very relevant for what we ask the politicians and what do they do? How do they govern the country? We see one prominent African where Mr. Mo Ibrahim, where they encourage African leaders them. For men to do well, they even give them prize, this Egyptian fellow. Instead, don't talk and say, what will lack in Africa and leadership? So what's that leadership? Because leadership then they different facets. Some people they get what they call transactional leadership. We get what they call transformational leadership. And so many other different leadership them. So which kind of leadership would they get in Africa? And many in our country, Sierra Leone. You see, where would they allegation they come out from prominent journalists like the Africanist press, say millions of dollars have been squandered, where the first family that are, let's say, for a trip to Lebanon, when are just about 2 weeks, then take from Mukiti, when are we consolidated fund, $1 million. Can you imagine $1 million? Poor country like we. Just imagine $1 million day. Maybe not the district, but we will build small clinic where women then get belay, where them go for go born picking safely. Because we know certain districts and some small district quarter town and other small town there. Clinic system already. So how the first family go justify for when they take $1 million for go waiting people and describe as the honeymoon in Lebanon? And this is the issue they also for discuss about. Because the people they govern we, na Sierra Leoneans like we. Our brother and sister, that they govern we. So why they get that feel for the young brothers and sisters in the country where they suffer? So these are the questions what we always suppose for the ask. This is the conversation going on. We not for stop. Like what they talking about today, we get the former mayor now, so Mr. George Albert Williams, we don't join with this now, but we get some technical problem. Then we have to say the former mayor they try for sort out and try for join we back. So hopefully we will sort them out on time and join me back. But it's very, very important. It's very, very important for make we get in discussion they are going. Now let's look some of the comments where people say, well, welcome. Plenty of people who get on the platform. And thank you very much. As always, you're always supportive to this platform. And Mr. Sajo B. Lamanabai say, Assalamu alaikum to you, my brother. Welcome, Sister Soldier. Okay, Mr. Mayor. They have no plan, but they have the degrees, but no training. The country has no structure, no system. Sierra needs a system. They need sensitization. Matter of fact, okay. Lots and lots of comments coming from Mr. or Sajo B. Lamanaba, but that's what needs to be accepted. The clause is okay. Lots and lots of comments. Lots and lots of comments. So yes, thank you very much and welcome you on this platform. We appreciate the fact that you deal with me on the platform. Again, we still try for getting mayor back because it's an exclusive interview with the former mayor, Mr. Albert George Williams, the former mayor of the Freetown municipality. We still for try for get him back and maybe hopefully go join me anytime soon. But again, what I have to for talk to now just now the continue conversation where we get on this platform. The platform now for we all Sierra Leoneans them. And people them keep calling really and continue, give their own opinion, give their own views. If not wish for calling, why is the mayor, will they wait for the mayor? The number is 077. No, 079 513 77568. The number again is 079 513 77568. If now wish for make una opinion add, the platform is open for now. Why should we wait for the mayor? And it's very, very important, ladies and gentlemen. Let we continue this conversation. Let we continue this conversation. Because it's in me and you, salon our responsibility. We cannot sit down idly by when they see things they happen in our country. We're not correct. We say, oh no, we don't mix for politics. It is not doing us any favor. It not help we at all. Like we have to continue to say, now me and you responsibility. We need for all them people how they govern we accountable. We need to do, because look what's happening in our country like today in terms of the bread and butter issue. We get so many people who they graduate, but then people they don't scrape through, they don't try very hard, put them through university. Now then people don't go to university, they don't graduate, forget job na problem. And this particular government, tell we say, this current administration, the SLPP power administration, tell we say, in the first 5 years, they go create 1 million jobs. Now almost 3 years so. In fact, they never even add to the job they meet. Many people they say the jobs they don't decrease because we know the issue will be happy with asset mining. Now, we will employ about 3,000 people directly, but the indirect job will be linked to the people in now thousands of jobs. Those are all been lost. So jobs are not there at all. So how that person go able to look after a family if you don't get job? We say go get income. These are issues here we need to talk about. Because then as the man they say an hungry man is an angry man. If people don't get job, people don't get income, they become desperate. When they see what's happening in our country, crime they go up. Crime they go up because of all of these issues. So me and you for continue to talk about the issues there. So, and all we politicians are accountable. Ask them what's they go on. What's they go on? You know, will also continue for fall. From the time where this particular administration take over governance, when at 2018, where the Leons, the $100, I think I'll be 70 something thousand, 700 and something thousand it was for $100. Now the $100 is over 1 million Leons. And this gets serious ramifications because most of the business people, they're not only Leons that they use for go buy markets in Dubai or in China or in Guinea, no. They get for change into dollars for go buy their markets in there. So if the can't sell, the dollar don't go up. If they see how they say they sell the price of the commodity they go bring, they go up. Meanwhile, for remaining now, the people, the majority of the people in the country where they work, their salary is stagnated. Some will get a little bit of increments here and there. But again, how would that help? And we see the fight against corruption, where that the flagship policy of this administration, that one as well has been, I don't falter, bad one. Because I don't see many cases them where people they expect say this anti-corruption commissioner will fight when are within their own governance. But nothing really happen. Then case they only go above. We see the Auditor General reports will come out. 2018, over 140 something billion disappear. 2019, over 171 billion. Where are all this money going? And then money are all very, very relevant in terms of we country and move one forward. Very, very important. So what's in the happen? These are questions we need to constantly ask ourselves. Now, question I will need for talk about. So not left to the politician or the Pademba or wherever they call themselves, the mammy them. No. Me and you now with responsibility. Because waiting to picking our grand picking them or generation them yet unborn. Tomorrow we'll ask we say, bo, what do we do for our country? For we country, how we left the country so? What do we explain to them? We'll tell them, so where's the voice? We ask the relevant questions then. We try for all politicians accountable. We do our best. But if we not do nothing, they will say, oh Lord, left, we will not mix my politics. We will suffer the impact of bad governance. When you get bad governance, it affects all Sierra Leoneans, even friends of Sierra Leoneans. Because like the example I give now, if you help people, now $100 they send to them per month, they able to buy rice and do this, everything. Now, why all thing on double, you probably need for send another $200. That means that don't hit you finance wherever you did in the world as well. So these are very, very serious issues to discuss for we as Sierra Leoneans. And constantly the old people and governance accountable. So again, ladies and gentlemen, we still await and the upset the mayor will join we. You know, I think say we try for contact the mayor and try for resolve this issue, but unfortunately we are having problems. We get problem constantly, but we still look say the mayor will able join we and they try for adjust waiting at the problem so that he go join me back. The former mayor I meant. You see, and una patient una be away. We hope for the former mayor for able join we as soon as possible. As soon as possible. If not, maybe we'll go for try for postpone the program and rearrange them again for another time. Because it's really sad because we don't develop the program very well. But again, we know we country, Sierra Leone, internet problem, coverage problem. These are all, now I'm going to say politics business, it affects we all. It affects we all. Not for say, me not mix per politics because trust me, you mix so you not mix so where the impact come, now we all suffer. And it's very, very crucial for what we talk about anything there. So very, very important. Let me talk about anything there. So when it's in the happen, now we all suffer. Now we all go be affected. So now we raise a voice. Now all people are accountable. And let the people know say, we, the Sierra Leoneans, we not go sit down idly by. They run with country to ground, we not talk. No. We they raise a voice, we they talk, we they sensitize the people. We they sensitize the people, because that is very important. For letting people know what's in the happen in the country. Many people go make wise decisions Because like when the 44th president of the United States say, former President Barack Obama, he said elections have consequences. Elections have consequences. So we need to know that. And that is very, very relevant and important. To make sure so we vote the right people they mean. Because tomorrow we vote people that we're not good for we're not good for the country. Trust me, you know me and you back they suffer. We not go get good infrastructure in the country, work they not go there, hospitals not go good. So on and so forth. We see the lights problem, water problem, so many things. We see Sierra Leoneans and picking them. Now inside gutter, they go cut pipe for get water. So you see the potential for diseases. People that are sick in the country. Some sick away sick and in a salon. Now death sentence. You get kidney problem, then a death sentence. Because we not get the facilities in. Some of these things don't left to me and you follow we ask them questions there. So what in they happen? What in they go on in our country? Why are we suffering like this? Very, very relevant. Very, very important, ladies and gentlemen. We continue them for do that. Now we continue for all the politicians accountable. And again, as they say, we'll still wait for the former mayor for January, ladies and gentlemen. We'll still wait for the former mayor. Anytime soon, we January will continue. But if we January now, pass for a journey program for another time more suitable. But again, these are part and parcel of the discussion we talk about. Internet problem. Internet problem. You see, internet problem. And you see, the mayor that's here for January yearly. They are sending a message back there, see. Okay, I don't send give the mail your message back. Make us see if you go able January back. I mean, it's time for January. The question about the internet. Unfortunately, it's a problem that we can't sleep. But this is all part of the politics as well that we talk about. It's all part of the conversation. You know, very important. Now we continue for talk about that. Look what in the Africanist press they reveal. First lady gets account direct now with central bank. That not for happen. Within over 2 years, they pay over $3 million at the first lady account. Why for? Why the money then they? Meanwhile, Sierra Leoneans them up and down the country. So tell the hospital lights they go off. Okay, the mail don't January back. Now just patient week. Finally, the mail don't January back. There we see. Yes, hello, sir. Welcome back, sir. You hear me loud and clear?
Yes. Sorry about the break. That was a power outage.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir. And again, ladies and gentlemen, we'll get the former mayor back, and Mr. Albert George Williams. We don't develop seriously. This is what we're talking about, politics. Politics relevant to your all life. No say me, I know I mix for politics. No, politics, if you don't mix for more, you mix for more. Politics, they can mix with you. Because all NC had infrastructure business, lights, water, roads. Now people the more they put in power, now they're responsible for look after our country. Now then build the infrastructure for our country. So we put the people in when the wrong people in, we not go get them good facility in our country. And it's very important for that we know say yes, politics it gets consequences. For say I don't want vote. I don't mix people, I need to vote, I need to do this, I need to do that. No, because election get consequences. Like what I be saying, so Barack Obama be say, if you vote the wrong people, you don't go get the services the way you need. So that this is just another example to that. So welcome back, Mr. Albert Williams. We will talk say the last question we will talk about where the line go off. Now, in terms of this flag bearer race where the APC party they face right now, we see people they worry about APC party supporters them. Say this get the potential for create division, for create problem. where you know we will give the party that leeway for men to prepare themselves thoroughly for face the 2023 presidential elections. Now, what's now you take, sir?
It is indeed a big challenge because with a lot of people, manifesting interest for big flag bearer, they get their own supporters. They get the potential, they get the propensity for create division. And I believe, say, as a leadership, the party will put criteria there in place. We will eliminate some of the flag bearers then later on, because we cannot, this is now 2021, this is the third year of the ruling government in power, and we should be seen putting our house in order. If we are a government in waiting, we get for able for them put our house in order. But as it is, as I talk today, we get so many flag bearers then still divide. But I believe, say, as they go on, the party will sort itself. Because we want to give everybody the opportunity for proving metal. I mean, the last time, don't mistake, 28 aspirants. Wait, that one didn't be, I think it was a mistake. Wait, they go get 28 flag bearers. I don't think we get that's too much for take that number there again this year. But as the time they go on, slowly, someone will look the rest themselves will drop out. Because if we continue still with this pushing and pulling, we go hot ourselves. And the only obstacle from we not going to State House, now we self. So I think it's a big challenge where we get for look into. It is an albatross hanging on our neck, where I believe, say, the leadership will get for look into and find a way for solve the problem.
Okay, then thank you very much, Mr. Albert Williams again. But going forward again, other people they want to strong flag bearer aspirants again. We don't invite at this program because we don't host on this particular platform Dr. Samuel Kamara, we don't host Honorable Almami Petito Koma, Dr. Richard Conte, Abubakar Kaloko, Honorable Kemo Sise. All of these people don't host on this platform. But one concern most of them they get is that they want many process for finding the flag bearer and the party be a very transparent and democratic process. What are you take so far, say the party don't put mechanism for make sure, say, all the people in the potential flag bearer will get a fair and democratic process going forward, so that if somebody lost self, you know, say yes, now the people, the relevant votes are not get. Now you make a lost election and the person will win, let they be a last supporter.
Well, the party don't try after we lost the elections. The National Advisory Committee been put in place a 9-man committee, and the 9-man committee make recommendations. And one of the recommendations is to get a new constitution. And as I speak, the new constitution, the draft they out, where that draft they eliminate some of the gray areas now the old constitution, like the aspect of selection or election. In this new constitution, now only selection. Only election, rather, I take that back. Only election. And we got to make the election process so transparent, not to even the National Advisory Committee, they run the election. There is an independent body where they don't make within the constitution, when they get to run the election. They want to make it as transparent as it should be. And as you rightly say, anybody will lose will not say he lost because not to the popular candidate. But I want to assure you, say this time around, the electoral process will be very democratic, where everybody at the end of the day, every reasonable person will lose, will not say yes, he lost because he was not destined to win.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. And I believe that reassures so many other people and APC people. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll not continue for share back. They may don't come back. And also we don't plenty, some people don't go for us, but more share back to them and come back on the platform and can listen to the former Mayor George Albert Williams. We deal with us so today. Now, the next segment of the interview, sir, we can look at the current regime, the current administration within governance, where now the SLPP government headed by President Madabio. The 2018, sir, and 2019 audit reports will expose alleged massive corruption under this current administration. And also, we don't see lots of alleged massive corruption where the Africanist press, where the editor Mr. Chernobyl don't expose. What did you take so in terms of this, the fight against corruption in this current administration?
I think this now one of the worst era where the country to go through in terms of corruption. This government can build a platform that then go fight corruption. Only after a few months of taking office, then begin loot the coffers of Sierra Leone. I think it's not good for the country. It's not good for democracy. It's not good for the people of Sierra Leone, because if all waiting and the alleged are true, then it's very massive. And it shows that this government already for run the country how it's supposed to run the country. Because all these figures, colossal figures, show say then corruption, the fight for corruption, where they say is just a joke. Just a joke.
Okay, thank you, sir. And I believe we always emphasize on the fight against corruption on this platform because it intertwined with so many things as well in the country. Because the next aspect of it's about the bread and butter issue. We like you say the ground guy. We see people witness that economic situation as Salon Day like today. And compared to the previous administration, and now, what's the differences? What make you feel say the country don't pass mark day like today so?
Well, we suffering from hyperinflation. The basic commodities, the prices all don't go up. Everything don't go up in the country. You go in the market today, even if you go to 30,000, you're not going to be able to forget a decent meal if you go in the market. Every basic commodity from rice to palm oil to even the fish in the markets don't go up. So people are going through difficulties in the country. It is not a hidden secret. Also, we go people at the crumble. And some man forget one decent meal a day. It is a serious issue. Families, they not scatter because the breadwinner and the family not able to take care of the responsibility. It is sad for us, and the economy is taking a downward trend.
Wow.
Comparative to the previous government, things were slow, but every home being able to get a decent meal. The price of rice have 100 and something thousand. Now it's about 300,000. And the salary scale of the basic wage is still low, about 500,000 plus. So the economic suppression is heavy on the people.
But Mr. Williams, why does that happen? Because like what you say no more, just a few years back, people they see progress in the country. They see employment, they see plenty things and beaucoup infrastructural development. Why within just these 2 to 3 years, things have gone so bad?
Well, I think everything borders on leadership. Everything rises and falls on leadership. Even if you get the best of intention, you as a leader, you're able to in control of what is going on. Everything will slip through your fingers. I think this government they start on the wrong footing. They started from witch hunting. They started going into commission of inquiries and leaving the most basic things for address. If they be addressed the bread and butter issue as they promissory, maybe the country for don't go before. But now all that thing that they want to find. COI, confiscation of people's property, all these things that are distraction. So I think they come and they start on the very wrong footing. And that make the things to go on so.
Wow, it's really unfortunate. And thank you once more again, Mr. Williams, because it's really unfortunate because the bread and butter issue in the country get ramifications, as they say earlier on, because people, their life depend on them. Because they say a young man, we're posting an empty drum cannot stand, all of those sort of things. And now they see up and down the country the impact of this bread and butter issue, and it's really unfortunate. But again, Mr. Williams, you talk about this COI and so on and so forth. One of the other disputes where the APC party gets was that an office the instruments and way creates the commission of inquiry were not backed done well because like for instance, there is no that court committee, rules of court committee did not apply, so on and so forth. So generally, now the COI take place, they don't get conclusion, subsequent white paper for come on. Waiting at the party, the APC party, is still stand in relation to them because we know say there are cases pending, there are appeals taking place. Waiting at the APC party is standing up to now in relation to that, sir.
And we believe say the COI started on a wrong foundation. And in law, where anything wrong ab initio, anything we build on that foundation is wrong. As a party, the party believes say the COI was not well put in place. The rules them not be followed. And a lot of things was built on illegality. But the government still go ahead and go ahead with the COI. But as a party, we've been very representative, even for after the white paper, we'll get the lawyers that we're going to court where they argue about the legality of the whole thing. So it is still a process in court, and I want no one to go too deep into that discussion.
Okay, Mr. Williams, thank you very much once more again. I mean, like we say, the cases are still pending, and hopefully the right thing will happen for the country and for everybody na Salone. I mean, again, one other aspect we need for going to is about the peace and security in the country. Because peace and security is very paramount to the people of Sierra Leone. And the previous administration, under the former president, Dr. Ernest Bai Koroma, Sierra Leone was ranked as one of the most peaceful countries in Africa. They like say, look, the Sonko, Alala, all over the place, election, we don't see now 110, we see so many areas then. Recently, we see what's happening in Belgium and so on and so forth. What's happening? What's don't go wrong?
It's a very tough question because any country with law and order, it affects the economy. It affects everything. And there are too many disgruntled people, too many unhappy people. People who feel say when this party can have power, everything will be rosy. And up to now, they don't get what they expect. And as some of them people here, they react, waiting they go on. So you find out, say, a lot of things not they go too well. People in the afraid, violence, as you talk about that Belgium issue, look Tonkolimba, then go kill somebody there. And if you look what happened a few weeks ago, na Kenema, even the own election, if you see the massacre, people were chopped with machetes and a lot of other violence. So it is a big problem for us. And if we're not able to get down there under control, then it's going to affect the country right through the middle.
And it's very, very unfortunate and sad because like when I like so no more, many of the examples and they go all about we see where they own local the ruling party and local election where they do board and council and zonal election. Yes, still we see so much violence, which is really unfortunate because like what they say no more where potential investors and they see anything and that don't give them that confidence for going to Salone and invest. And we need that kind of investment because that will create employment in the country. But again, we see the government is rather focusing on different issues. I don't know, recently we know that local government issue, as you as a former mayor, what do you take about them? The government said they want to pull them from politics and centralize them to another branch of government. What do you take, sir?
Well, we consider a democratic country. And if you go for let democracy go, it must start from the lower cadre. You understand? Taking the partisanship from the local council is like wanting to run the country as a one-party state. So I believe say not correct, and for allow the people and for stand in the local council under the umbrella of a party. If somebody go stand as an independent and they do wrong, who is he answerable to? Nobody. But if you take a party symbol and you as a councillor or a mayor or a chairman do wrong, you answerable to your party, but as an independent candidate, who are you answerable to? So I think that's a wrong step, and still say all the parties that not come together for talk against that and for speak against it, they're not for allow the local council elections then for go under party party banner. So I don't think it's the right thing that we allow the democracy to go, even from the lower level.
Okay, thank you very much. And that is very, very important. Democracy, we need for strengthening, we need for nurturing, because we as a country don't go through a lot for maintaining democracy. We don't see two successive change of government, say when from one party to a different party. We see the late President Ahmed Chijankaba of blessed memory, where he hand over young government to former President Nkrumah. Former President Nkrumah, okay, went through hand over as well to current President Madabio. So that's for maintain that peaceful transition of power there and maintain for strengthening the democracy. It will be very regrettable if we pull one of the key pillars for democracy when a local council from partisan affair will put them to the executive will be
independent, yes.
Yes, which could be very, very unfortunate, sir. And I believe Sierra Leoneans will not stand for that. And we appreciate the fact that the political parties and come together. And recently, Mr. Williams as well, going forward, we see other parties and come together again in terms of this midterm census, because many people are suspicious. Say this midterm census, boku yuki de Panam, and maybe the one creates another new constituencies them and so on and so forth, and that does not bode well for democracy. Again, waiting at the party instance and waiting at the conclusion for a meeting and waiting at your own take in terms of going forward for the Sierra Leoneans, and we're worried about all these differentisements where they see to the people.
Well, the issue, there's nothing in the Constitution about the midterm census. Census should be done, I think, once every year, 10 years. Having a midterm census now, it creates a lot of suspicion. Waiting at the idea of being a midterm census. They say the last numbers are not correct. Why not wait till the next 10 years and do it? You know, it smacks a lot of suspicion. So as a party, we bring on a press conference and we kick against them, and we say we're not going to participate in the midterm, what you call it, census, because it's not constitutional. And you not go through parliament, where parliament approves, say yes, that should be a midterm census. So as I say, it's a bit suspicious. We don't know which thing they want to do, but it's very cloudy, and the party not accept that.
Okay, thank you very much again, Mr. Herbert Williams. Again, going forward, many other people they ask say the APC party get plenty parliamentarians in a parliament, because most of them know they are so supposed to go through parliament. But let the people that they get from them wait till they go on a parliament day, because we get also this cyber bill where they come in, where plenty Sierra Leoneans are worried about as well, because in any democracy, the freedom of expression is paramount. So what's in the APC parliamentarian and in position as a key party stakeholder, what do they do about all NTS, sir?
Well, the bill is yet to be tabled in Parliament. Okay, but the draft don't come out, but we as a party kick against that, because the laws are basically draconian. It is like the Public Order Act, where them promulgate, we've been enforced, where them pull. It is almost the same thing. And anything that tramples upon free speech affects democracy. So as a party, I don't think say for allow that cyber crime actually for go through Parliament, because it puts too much censorship on the people. You don't get liberty for talk. Your phone could be tapped into, messages could be read. And you know, for this, you shouldn't trample on free speech. So I think as a party, the party take the right step for say that cyber crime actually shouldn't go through Parliament. And I believe so parliamentarians then go listen to it in the direction where the party get it.
Okay, thank you very much once more again, Mayor. And I want to tell people on the platform again, thank you plenty. We had technical issue earlier on because of, obviously, we know say Salon, the internet sometimes coverage, the line coverage was bad, and we kind of lost former mayor for short time, but he don't come back. With the time, thank you plenty, because very busy man, for let's take time off in busy schedule for deal with me today for clarify, enlighten we, and you know, basically teach you about what they go on by the politics within the APC party, the country in general. We appreciate them greatly going forward. So now we continue for share and comments and anything, welcome on the platform as well. And Mayor, like when the mayor talked earlier on, the former mayor talked earlier on, so it's about civil liberties. In any democratic state, the civil liberties of the citizen has to be protected. And this cyber law, people are very, very worried about them. Like when the mayor says it's very, very draconian, and for ego most people, if you most people in a democratic state, then the democracy cease for exist, and that is not good for the country at all, going forward. Mr. Williams, again, with the trailer for conclude, we don't hold you quite a lot, although we get some technical difficulties as well. With the trailer for conclude now this particular interview today, where I believe say subsequently thousands of people them go watch them. Now we YouTube platform and we share them as well on the social media. And you don't come to and analyze and tell you some plenty things. And also one of the key things when I be eye-opener as well was your incarceration at the maximum Pademba rule security prison where they for 11 good months, and we tell God, thank you, God protects and guide you. You will get your freedom now. But going forward, in terms of the political landscape now in country, the APC party, one of the main opposition party, and all other aspects, what do you feel say they're going to reassure to them, supporters them, the members them, sympathizers them, say yes, they're going to maintain the peace, they're going to prepare well and try for deal with all in case court case after court case here, so for put themselves in a formidable position for able to take over the reins of governance through the ballot process in 2023, sir?
Well, the issue is simple. People and they will be know what will happen 3 years backwards under the APC. They don't see what they happen now. And I will let you know, so the people, Sierra Leoneans are not as fickle-minded as people and things they be. Sierra Leoneans, they don't get sense. The lighting system don't deteriorate. Water system a problem. A lot of things don't go down the drain. And the people that know say, if Sierra Leone get for come up, only APC will able for cause the country for go up. Irrespective of where the fact that we go through difficulties as a party, or going at the party office every day, you see say life is bubbling and bustling. People are still go in and out of the party is still active, irrespective of the court cases. And when you go to court, anytime where APC get case, you will see the membership then they turn up for go support the party. These are good signs. For sure that the party is not that fragmented as people and they think. And as much as we have these small internal issues, but the party get the, as I say, get the propensity for outgo that one day. And I want to assure the supporters, the APC supporters they have there see. The party gets, we are strong. The party is still strong. The leadership get together. And as much as there's few itches, power struggle there, but the party will get over them. The party don't grow so much that we're able to handle conflicts. And sooner rather than later, when the court cases are done, we will be a one united party preparing for 2023 for take the reins of government and being changed to the people of Sierra Leone.
Okay, once more again, former Mayor Mr. Albert George Williams, we want to tell you thank you plenty for requesting where you take your time off your busy schedule for joining me today, despite all the technical challenges. You will patient and come back. We appreciate you greatly, and we hope so you will come back in the not too distant near future for tell we about the political situation of the country within the APC party and how the APC party they do for move forward. So again, on behalf of we in the Dell Now Media Empire, sir, we tell you thank you plenty.
Thank you so much. Thanks for the interview.
Okay, then thank you, sir. And ladies and gentlemen at the chat room, we return and thank you again once more for our comments and our constant support for this platform here. So once now continue for support, we will not forget for subscribe now our YouTube page, and not forget tomorrow we'll get the wages of sins when Mr. Imran together for can talk about the 23 broken promises of the Bureau administration. And don't forget the Lunge Bridge talk, the 1 million jobs, nothing is happening. In fact, we are lost with a lot of jobs, them, let alone create 1 million jobs, so on and so forth. All of those broken promises, we will look into them in detail tomorrow. Will please join me the same time on this platform. So once I want to thank you plenty, and all good things must come to an end. Like I can say, today we'll get the former mayor now, and an eloquent somebody in a key stakeholder of the APC party, somebody who don't really suffer for the party, we don't stand for the party, don't do so many things for push the APC party go forward. They are associated with me, and we tell them thank you for that, and we tell them all thank you. Thank you. God bless you all, and God bless the country, Sierra Leone.
God bless you.
Thank you, sir.